Hey guys, new video about tattoos, specifically for Armor Stacker. We'll also be going over some of the new tattoos that have been released or will be released. Maybe released already by the time you watch this video, but let's get into it. So first of all, let's take a look at some of the new tattoos that are coming. So one that I'm really excited about is the Journey tattoo of Makanui, and this gives you a random keystone. So why is this really good? Well, because it's going to be probably the best tattoo for every build. Every build is probably going to want to have one of these, and I definitely do want to have one of them. And there's a couple of keystones that I really want to have. Let's go over first for Armor Stacker. There's some really good ones you can get. First of all, you could actually just get Glancing Blows, and that means you could drop this Thread of Hope. Maybe on a Doriani's version of the build, you actually do want the Thread of Hope, but if you go for a Grasping Mill and that kind of stuff, you really don't want to have the minus res. So you could save yourself some points and get this Glancing Blows. Another good one to get for Doriani is going to be Lee's Shade. It's going to really help out with the Mana Siphoners. So a very nice defensive option. And this is the one I will probably be getting, and it's going to be Point Blank. So you can see I'm actually using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes to get this Point Blank. And it is way too many travel points just for Point Blank, so I will be getting Point Blank, and you can really easily just get it with this. You get the Necromantic Aegis, and then change this to Point Blank. So that is going to be really helpful. It's going to save me 4 points altogether, which is going to go quite a long ways in the end game version of the build. Now for other builds, there is a couple of really cool keystones. So for example, on my Poison Spark character, there's 2 keystones I had in mind. First of all, Glancing Blows, obviously, because you save a Jewel Socket. You don't really need to use a Thread of Hope, so you can get something else here like a Storm Shroud, and you can save yourself these travel points or the Thread of Hope. Another good one is also getting Unwavering Stance. So a lot of witch builds are on the top side of the tree. You have problems with stuns, especially on my Blade Vortex. When I played my Blade Vortex character, I think it was in the Sanctum League, and on my Relic I just right away got Unwavering Stance, so I don't have to deal with the stuns. Huge quality of life, so Unwavering Stance is going to be another huge pick for a lot of builds, I think. And if I did play another build that is on the top side of the tree, I'd definitely be considering getting this Unwavering Stance. Some other things you could get, like say if you're on this part of the tree and you want to go Mind Over Matter, you can easily get your Mind Over Matter. There's a lot of other cool key nodes you can get, like you can get Pain Attunement. I don't know. You'll have to kind of see which ones you want to get. But definitely for Armor Stacker, this is very exciting, and definitely will be used, and probably pretty much any build I think will want one of these tattoos. Alright, so some of the other ones that are interesting, there's obviously these are really good for Righteous Fire. You got the +2 all maximum resistance. Now you can only have one of these, I think, right? This requires 8 adjacent passive skills, but you get +2 all resistances. And you can only have one of these keystone tattoos, right? Okay, so yeah, so there is some pretty cool other tattoos. So 40 ES, I guess it's kind of cool. More mana for Mana Stackers. So obviously these are really powerful, and I think the very interesting ones are going to be these +2 resistances. I don't really know where we could fit this in on Armor Stacker, so probably won't be using this. But definitely the random keystone is going to be amazing, and we're going to look into that. Alright, so for the other tattoos, we're going to go over some of these tattoos. We're using Grimro's spreadsheet. I'll have a link to his video or this spreadsheet in the comments. Probably link to his video so you guys can go check out his explanation for this as well. And okay, so what tattoos do I use? Well, first of all, I'm using the aura effect ones. So this is the main tattoo you probably want to be using as a armor aura stacker, because you're an aura stacker. So this is going to give you the best damage increase, and also going to give you some more defenses with increasing your discipline aura effect and that kind of stuff. Another good tattoo is the global defense tattoo. So this is what I started off using because it does give you a lot of it does give you defense, and it gives you a lot more energy shield. So this tattoo is sort of, it's a lot cheaper, so it's a little bit more of a budget option. You do get some more damage, and you do get more energy shield, so it's more of a defensive approach. I'm still using quite a few of these in my build right now. I still have about 7 of them, I think, over here, and mainly just because I want to stay around 4k ES. If I replace them with aura effect, I'll go down to like 3,800 or 3,900 or something. But when I craft a better helmet or something like that, I get more energy shield, I'll probably be replacing all of these with aura effect eventually. So some other good ones that you might want to consider if you are having trouble with some of your gear. There's a lot of cool tattoos you can use to help make your life a little bit easier, especially for simulacrum farming, where you need to have there's a big checklist for defenses, right? So one that might be useful, I guess you guys probably already know this, but the reservation efficiency, if you just need like that 1% more, you can just get one of these. And there is another one here, so let's just go from the top. And these are all kind of not really all that impactful, I think. This one might be nice too to help you hit that 90 all res, but I mean, if you get enough aura effect, you don't really need this anyways. But maybe on the Transcendence version of this build, that might be something you want to look into. Alright, after that, let's just see. After that, we do have, there was one other one that was good. So we have global accuracy, so getting hit rating cap to 100% is very important, and if for some reason you can't get that, you don't have enough mana to reserve your precision, or even if you do reserve precision, you don't have enough, something you could look into. Obviously these aren't really ideal. Ideally you want either the global defense or the aura effect, probably the aura effect, but in the end of the day, if you need to make the build work, then these are some things you can do. Okay. So after that, for Lightning Strike, this might be pretty nice. The skills fire an initial projectile. I don't really have one of those yet. And let's see. Alright, so now we have the Honored Tattoo. So we have a +1 to all strength. If you're using Smite, this is going to be the one you want because Smite is a strength gem. This also gives your determination +1 level, so this is the biggest damage increase. If you are using Lightning Strike, you do want to go for the Dex. It's going to give your Lightning Strike and your Grace +1, so that's going to end up being more damage. And after that, there was another, some other ones I was looking into. So, reduced effect of curses. This could be good if you for some reason can't get it on a flask, then get it over here. And then also we do have here the reduced damage from critical strike. So ideally you want around minimum 40% reduction. If you can't get this on a Watcher's Eye, you could just have 4 of these and then you're good to go. So that is something that you could use if you can't get it on the Watcher's Eye. Like say you can get a cheap energy shield on hit Watcher's Eye, and then just get tattoos with the reduced critical strike damage, so that you don't just fall over on a crit wave in Simulacrum. And I think after that, the other ones are a little bit not all that interesting. There's a couple of tattoos here. So the Omen of I can't pronounce this, guys. Sorry. I'm just not going to say it. So the one that gives you prevents XP when you die. So without this, I wouldn't have been level 100. I'm going to say definitely keep these in your inventory. It is going to help you out. When you're doing, when I was doing the double corruptions, I used these to get some very cheap 6 links or 6 socket items, and then I just 5 link it. So very cost efficient, I think. And that's about it. Also, one cool thing with the Omen of Blanching. So when you're leveling up gems, right, you have this Maloney's mechanism, and buying a white socket one is really expensive, but maybe you can get lucky with this Omen of Blanching and get a white socket Maloney's. It's pretty cool, so definitely try that out. I tried it a couple times and it kind of failed, so I just gave up, but maybe you get lucky in the first one and get a 3 white socket, and that'd be kind of cool. Alright, so that is going to be it for this video. If you want to go look over my tattoos, they're all in the POB, in the Armor Stacker Compendium, so go check those out, see where I'm using tattoos and all that kind of stuff. But that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.